Hello guys, in this video I will talk about the inverse fair value gap and fair value gap. I think this is the easiest part of this bootcamp because I don't know, this is so easy. That shit easier than fucking supplying the muzzle. You know what I'm saying? So guys, in this video I will show you the what is fair value gap is and inverse fair value gap, and after I will show you some examples. So I think this video will be like 10 minutes, 15 minutes around that shit. So let's start. Basically, what is like fair value gap and inverse fair value gap. So let's start with fair value gap. So first of all, we mark like we should look at the fucking three candles. Okay, just three candles that goes to the upside or downside. Okay, and after we just wanna see gap between first candle and third candle. Okay, like I understood that shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even watch any videos about fair value gap and inverse fair value gap. I just saw like traders who trade with fair value gap, inverse fair value gap, and I just saw how they mark that shit. And after I just practiced it, and I know what will work for me. I know right now, I know that what fair value gap works for me, what inverse fair value gap works for me, because I don't trade actually with fair value gap. You know what I'm saying? So, so as I said, we're just marking three bearish candles. Okay, so let me just okay. So guys, this is our three candles. Okay, that this is bullish fair value gap. Why bullish? Because we are in, let's say, option. Okay, so first candle, as I said, gap. This is our gap between first candle. This will be our first candle because this is bullish, and third candle. So, and this is our gap. So we just mark like that. So let me just right now explain for you how actually we're marking that shit. Okay, so as you can see guys, right here I marked out this wick, top of this candles wick, you know what I'm saying? So just wick that above. Okay, so this is just like top wick. Okay, I will say top wick, and after I'm marking out this bottom wick, you know what I'm saying, bottom wick. Okay, so I just mark this one and this one. So, and this is our inverse fair value gap. I think this is so easy. So for it was for bullish fair value gap, and now I wanna explain for you what is bearish fair value gap. Okay, so as I said, we just looking at three candles. Okay, three candles. So we have here three candles, and after we looking at looking gap looking at the gap between first candle, this will be our first candle because we are bearish, and third candle. So, and this is our gap between these candles. So, and how we're marking actually, we're marking, so we're looking at the first candles bottom wick. So this is our bottom wick, and third candles top wick. Okay, right here for bullish fair value gap, we look for, you know, we first of all we marked out so this first bullish candles top wick. Okay, and third bullish candles bottom wick. Okay, this is always, this is bottom, this is top wick. So for bearish fair value gap, we marking out our first candles bottom wick, and for bearish, so right here for we're marking out third candles top wick. Okay, so this is so easy. So right here we will mark out this fair value gap right here. So what is the inverse fair value gap? Like we have fair value gap and inverse fair value gap. You know what I'm saying? Inverse. So we first of all we're marking out this fair value gap. Okay, and this fair value gap. So after, what we have here, this is fair value gap. Okay, when price comes to this zone, this is fair value gap, let me just, this is our, so I want to see what the fuck is that, like this. Okay, so this is our fair value gap. Okay, and right here this is the same shit. Okay, fair value gaps. So what are we waiting for right now? We're waiting for the price to come this zone, and after comes the zone, and after, like, gives us reaction. You know what I'm saying? Like this. Okay, this is our fair value gap. So for bearish fair value gap, we're waiting for price comes to these fucking fair value gaps, and after reaction to the downside. Why downside? Because we marked out bearish fair value gap. Why to the upside? Because we marked out bullish fair value gap. Okay. What is inverse fair value gap? So inverse fair value gap. We marked out fair value gap. Right now we want to see inverse fair value. You know the inverse. So right now, what is inverse? If price didn't like gives us reaction from this fair value gap, he just went through this zone. After price comes this fair value gap, inverse fair value gap. So just let me just explain for you. When price didn't react from fair value gap, he just went through this fair value gap. So this is comes for us inverse fair value gap. You know what I'm saying? Inverse, because like we didn't react from this fair value gap. So this is when just price come, went through this zone. Okay, just break through this zone. Fair value gap becomes inverse fair value gap. You know what I'm saying? Inverse fair value gap. So what right now what I'm waiting for, you know what I'm saying? So I'm waiting for the price comes to this inverse fair value gap, and after reacting to the downside. Okay, this is so easy, guys. You just can screenshot that shit, and you just should practice it. Okay, just practice it and you will be fine. You will be okay. Okay. Well, so right here we had like bullish fair value gap. When price break through this bullish fair value gap, it comes like inverse fair value gap. You know what I'm saying? Like we're looking for the shorts, not the long. You know what I'm saying? We are looking for, you know trades that we wanna talk to the downside to the with shorts. You know what I'm saying? We wanna open just shorts. Okay. So for bearish fair value gap, same shit. When price didn't react from this fair value gap, just break through this fair value gap, it becomes inverse fair value gap. This is so easy, guys. So what I'm waiting for after this, I'm waiting for the price to come to this fucking inverse fair value gap, and after reacting. Okay, but in my strategy, it's I, I don't wait for for the price retrace to the this inverse fair value gap like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not waiting for this. If price break through this inverse fair value gap and candles, like right now we are bearish. Okay, after what I want to see, like when we break through inverse fair value gap, if candles, so if we are breakthrough, so I want to open just longs. Okay, I want to see the fucking big ass candles that closed above this inverse fair value gap. Okay, after I'm just entering right here, putting stop loss right here, and TP to the session's high or lows. Okay, right now I think it will be high because we just was bullish. Okay, and for bullish fair value gap, what I'm waiting for the candle close below this inverse fair value gap, with body. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to see fucking wicks right here. I just don't want to see this candle. Okay, if I will have candle like this, I will not open trade to the downside. Okay, because this is invalid for me. But this is valid and this is valid. Even if we will have this small wick, but we will have big ass body, then I just entering right here, putting stop loss above this inverse fair value gap, or if we have here candles like this one, okay, then I'm putting stop loss right here, 5 pip above this candle or 5 pip above this inverse fair value gap. After, I'm just targeting sessions low. Okay, this is so easy, guys. This is so fucking easy. Right now, I will show you the examples. Okay, this is my chart. Okay, in my chart, I don't have green candles and red candles. Okay, for me, black candles, it's bearish candles. Okay, red candles and blue candles. For me, it's for you, it's green candle and bullish candle. Okay, so as I said, guys, in my strategy, I'm just waiting for the price to, to break. If you didn't watch my video about my strategy, then just watch, learn, and after you can trade with me. Link will be in bio. Link will be in description. Okay, and I have IG too. If you wanna, just ask me questions about, about my strategy, about everything like in trading. Okay, then DM me on IG. Okay, so what I'm waiting for. So I just marked out this fucking long low. Okay, London low. This is London low. So green. This is London session. This is blue session. Blue session. It's like Asian session. Okay, and this is New York session. So London low. Both price did. Price just swept out this London low, and after what I'm waiting for the inverse fair value gap. So as I said, guys, right here. Let me just okay. I wanna right now if we are bearish. So right now, what we have here, we have so we just looking for this, for this range. Okay, in this range, we don't give a fuck about this range, okay, when here, because here, right here, price swept this London low. Okay, and because of that, I'm just waiting, I'm just looking in this range. Okay, so we are bearish. Okay, we are in bearish trend, so we're looking for the, oh shit, we're looking for the we're looking for the bearish fair value gap. Okay, so we're marking out. We're looking for the three candles right here. We have these three candles. Okay, right here. This is our three candles. Okay, we're just marking out bottom of first candle, bottom week like of first candles bottom week. Okay, this is one, and after 12th week of third candles. So this is our fair value gap. And inverse fair value gap will be if price break through this fair value gap. So this becomes inverse fair value gap. And after I'm just opening this trade. Okay. And let me, okay, here we are. As I said, guys, I'm not opening right here. I'm not opening when we have like small body candle's body that closed above this inverse fair value gap right here. This is, this is small body that closed above inverse fair value gap. So I'm just skipping this. I'm just entering from here because we have this big body, and you know what I'm saying, like big body. Okay, and after I had here 5 minute supply zone, I just put my stop loss to break even. Why? Because price can react from this 5 minute supply zone. Okay, and as you can see, I just hit break even. Okay, so this was my break even trade. Here we are. It was actually like Thursday. Friday I didn't open any trades. Here it was break even 2. Okay, and here it was plus 2%. This was, consistency is the key. So I'm just done. I'm just not forcing trades. I don't give a fuck. If I have trade, I open. If I don't give a fuck. Okay. So right here, same shit. Okay, London low, price swept London low. We're just marking out like inverse fair value gap. First of all, we're marking out for fair value gap. Okay, right here we have fair value gap. I just marked out, as you can see right here. This is right here. First candles bottom wick. Okay, right here, and right here it was third candles top wick. Okay, so just just practice it. It's, I don't know. I just remember that shit like that. Like bottom week and top week. Uh, I didn't even remember like that. I just I just saying it for you guys. You know what I'm saying? I just how I'm marking that shit. Like gap between first and third candle. So here we are. This is the gap between first candle and third candle. So this is the gap. Okay. So and after I just waited for this body candle to close above this inverted gap, and after I hit TP right here, I put my stop loss below this inverted gap and TP. If I didn't, I didn't looking for the one to one risk reward. I minimum risk reward. My risk reward is 1 to 2. Okay, it's 1 to 2. You know what I'm saying? So here we are. It was quick trade. I just hit like I don't know, maybe in maybe in like in 1 hour. Yep, in 1 hour plus 2%. Just you can just learn my strategy and practice it, and after if you want you can trade with me. Okay, link will be in the description. So after what we had here, so let's say this is the bullish fair value gap. Okay, this was the bearish fair value gap, and there was the bearish fair value gap too. Okay, okay, here we have fair value gap. So how we're marking out this fair value gap? So top week and bottom week. Here we are. It was actually a fair value gap. So anyway, what the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, anyway, it was fair value gap. Okay, and after I just looked for price for candle to close below this inverse fair value gap. It becomes inverse fair value gap. So it didn't. I fuck with that. I just didn't forcing trades. Okay, right here it was bad trade, bad setup. Anyway, I just didn't open that shit. But anyway, he played out though. Okay, but it was bad as fuck setup, so I just didn't open that shit. Okay, we had here Asian high, Asian low, London high, London low. Anyway, price didn't set any fucking highs or lows, sessions high or lows. So it was right here. Okay, what we have here? First candle, top week, third candle, bottom week. So this is bullish fair value gap. And after what I'm waiting for, I waited for the price to sweep. So price, I waited for the candle to close below this inverse fair value gap. Okay. I talked about the inverse fair value gap and fair value gap. Just remember it like that. You know what I'm saying? Just gap between first candle and third candle. Okay, and just practice it on fucking practicing. You know what I'm saying, on past price date, and you will be fine. Okay, you will just you can you after what what you can do, like just close your fucking eyes and after just marking out this inverse fair value gap and fair value gap. Okay, just practice it and you will be fine. Okay, and of course you can learn my strategy and just learn my strategy. It has more than 50% win rate over fucking 100 trades with minimum risk to reward like 2%. Minimum risk reward is 1 to 2. Okay, it's 1 to 2 and it's profitable. Of course, if you have 50% win rate, more than 50% win rate, and minimum risk reward 1 to 2, then you are profitable anyway. In maybe in demo you are profitable. To become profitable in real time, in real life, in real fucking market, you should have the fucking good as fuck psychology. Okay, you can just watch my other videos about psychology. Okay, just practice. Practice makes perfect. You know what I'm saying?